Good morning. Just getting settled in here. So hopefully you guys are also. I'd love to hear from you. If you can hear me, I'm doing this yoga class from yet a new space, which I feel so grateful because I was like, wow, am I really going to teach all my yoga classes from my healing room in my house and with the same backdrop? And here we are. I'm in my friend Sophie's room, and we'll be getting started here in just a few minutes. I think I'm running a couple minutes behind, but that's okay. I remember the first time that one of my yoga teachers told me that a yogi is never late. And she just explained that, you know, maybe being late to a class meant that you were perfectly on time to catch the eye of someone specific. Or maybe being stuck in traffic meant that you avoided an accident. And that just completely changed my life when she told me that. Prior to that, I had been the gal that would show up to class in college and have my, at the time, like my Red Bull, don't drink that anymore, but standing at the door, looking in, like wanting so much to go in, but I couldn't because I was late. And I had all kinds of hang-ups around that. And yeah, I remember when my yoga teacher gave me permission to be late and how freeing that was for me. And very specifically, how much less anxiety I had when I realized that our culture puts this this pressure on us all to have perfect time with this Gregorian calendar and this clock system. And if you have been human for any time at all, you know that things happen, you know. Sometimes it takes longer to get the kids out the door. Sometimes there's traffic. Sometimes time is just tricky and it moves faster or slower than we think it should. So we're starting a little bit late today. With that said, I'll probably go a little bit late at the end of class, just about that same like extra 5 minutes. But I've been feeling pretty fluid with the timing of this class, especially because I've been chatting a little bit in the beginning of class. So the class has kind of been between 60 and 90 minutes, and you know, if you watch the replay, it's a little bit easier to time it out. And I'm still learning how to teach yoga in an online platform. I had my first hater yesterday, and that was kind of fun. It was like, oh, I guess I should have been expecting that. And I sat with what to do with that for just a minute, and I decided to just delete the comments. You know, I didn't feel like defending myself or explaining about my ankle injury or whatever. I just deleted the comments, and it felt really good. That's something that I've been good at for the past few years. I have been really good at blocking people from my phone, from my Facebook, from whatever it is. And really specifically around this time, you know, all conspiracy theories aside, it's very apparent that there is this kind of battle going on between the light and the dark on this planet. And each of us are having that internal battle, like, do I choose to feel fear, or do I choose to visualize that this is the great reset that our planet has needed for so long? Do I choose to be afraid, or do I choose to be forward thinking and grateful for this time to go within, for this time to focus on our nuclear family, for this time to focus on our communities? And I mentioned last week in some of these classes that I happen to be quarantined with like 10 adults and a 5-year-old. And I feel really lucky that that's what's happening to me. And what it's really got me thinking about is how far away from that kind of tribal living that we have gotten as a culture, as a world, where we live in one neighborhood and we drive 30 minutes to an hour to where we work, and we drive 20 minutes to get our nails or our hair done, and 15 minutes to meet a friend for lunch, or whatever it is. If you can kind of see how big your circle is, and even those of us that want to be really environmentally conscious, like, how much are you driving? And even if you're not, are you taking a Lyft? You know, do you live in the same neighborhood that you work in? You know, do you live close to the people that you want to spend most of your time with? And that's my great prayer for this time, is that people will start to see that we can have a lot less impact on this planet if we start to band together with the people that we want to spend our days with. If we can all find that core group of 10 or 20 people, if we can convince our friends to buy houses in the same neighborhood, if we can shop at the local grocery store and, you know, ceremonies with the people that live nearby, not feeling like we have to drive to some house in Boulder to do a ceremony, but if we can keep it in our smaller communities, to me, that is what this quarantine is really pointing us to. And I mentioned that for a very specific reason. Last night we had the Libra full moon, and I have 4 planets in Libra in my astrology chart, so I get it. And truly, the sign of Libra is all about balance and fairness. I am one of those people that tracks everything. How much am I giving? How much am I receiving? You know, even in my friendships, like, oh, that person made me dinner that one time. It's like in my mental filing cabinet that I'm going to make them dinner another time. And it works well for me. I recognize it doesn't work great for everybody else. You know, I don't want to like keep a running tab on everybody, but it's just such a part of my nature. And so when I started to really think about this Libra full moon and what is coming up, and it's like, it happens every year, right? So every year it's like balance, balance, balance. The scales, balancing the masculine and the feminine, the giving and the receiving, the me and the we, and when I start to tune into what is different this year with this Libra full moon and with tuning into the balance. And I've read a couple of psychics and listened to some astrologers, and the one theme that keeps coming up just for this time, not just with this full moon, but this time with this quarantine, is that this is here to break our patterns of codependency. So I'm just going to ask you to think about the areas in your life that you have been codependent on another human being. That's the really easy one, right? Codependent relationships. But also, are you codependent with your job? Is it one of those make it or break it things where if, God forbid, some worldwide disaster happens, like you feel like you're not going to make it? That is codependent. Is it codependency in our food systems? You know, I've thought this for a long time. I stashed 20 pounds of lentils at this place in the mountains in December because I said, if there's 10 people living here and the food system goes down, what are we going to do? You know, are we codependent on that food system? And I used to think that the difference between codependency and it was like the opposite was independence, right? So I spent my whole life becoming a very independent woman. Independent of the food systems, independent of and a job, a traditional job, you know, independent in my relationships. I've been kind of like moving through how that might look for me and a little bit of a push-pull there. But I'm realizing more and more that we are community-minded beings. We thrive on connection. And my friend Tiff asked me the other day, like, you know, I don't want to be codependent, but I love cuddles and I love snuggles, and, you know, what am I to do? And what I realized was that this word interdependent means so much more than just two people coming together and being like kind of interdependent with each other, like trying to just be codependent but have it with a different flavor. And that true interdependence happens in community. And so this is where we have such a strong support system that we're not relying on any one person, on any one job, on any one grocery store, right? We have people that are growing food in our communities, and we have a deep knowing that, like, no matter what happens in this world, we're going to be okay. And it's that feeling that allows you to come together with another and not be needy and not be draining. I've recently exited a relationship because it was really getting to that codependent point. So, my very long-winded introduction. I do like to share a little bit about my personal life, and I feel that as an open channel, there are words that wish to come through me in the same way that there are words that wish to come through you, and it gives an opportunity for the people that really want to join for the yoga class to join in. So just know that if you're ever late for the 9 o'clock class, I'll probably be talking for the first 10 or 15 minutes, so you won't be late, you'll be right on time. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to weave this theme into our yoga class. So find your comfortable seat on the mat. Sit up nice and tall. And just begin to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Taking a few breaths just like that, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Make a sigh if you can. And just allow yourself a moment. Allow your hands to rest on the knees, palms facing up. And visualize yourself as that golden Libran scale. Finding your balance between your light and your shadow. Your independence and your togetherness. Your masculine and feminine. And I invite you to set an intention or a few just around this theme, around how can you be so balanced within yourself that you are sovereign enough to enter into communion, into community, without needing so much from sources outside of yourself, but just knowing that you have everything you need within and within your community, that you can track your giving and receiving, and that you can know when you give to one person, you might receive from another, but it's all in this beautiful, interdependent flow. The same way that when we come into that flow state, we know that no matter where we are, we're in the exact right place at the exact right time, with the exact right circumstances. And once you've set your intention around these themes, please bring the palms to press together at heart center. As you do that, find that balance between left and right. Hug the belly in, squeeze taller. Find that balance between front and back. My favorite in the physical yoga practice is the balance between gravity and we'll begin cleansing breaths and one to cleanse and set the space that you are in. I invite you to make some kind of sound, even if it's just a low hum if you have too many people around you. The sound of your voice to radiate out, to cleanse and set the space, the place, and the time. Out through the mouth. This time sigh. Time om. With the eyes closed, begin to rub the hands together, create a little bit of heat and friction with the hands. Place the hands over the eyes and soften the face. And gently flutter the eyes open and float the hands down. Let's start with the legs wide today. So the legs are wide, and you can either point or flex the feet, just as long as there's some energy in the toes. Let's start hips forward and back. So my hands on the hips, or the hands can come to the floor in front of the knees, but I want you to really find a little bit of cat-cow in this movement. So there's the little bit of cow arching the back forward, a little cat rounding it back. And just finding a little movement through the hips here. Starting to tune into that deep breath. Let's do 2 more. And allow yourself to just find your way forward. Hands on the ground, and just start to sway a little bit side to side. Focusing on me, so I apologize about that, but ideally just close your eyes and listen to the sound of my voice and just focus. It feels good. Body, just sway side to side, coming down a little bit lower each time. Your edge here. And when you're ready, rock inside. You can plant the hand, palm face up just inside that leg. So maybe the arm is straight. Up towards the sky. Big inhale. And exhale. Almost behind. So try not to round forward with that shoulder. Maybe you come up and out of the bend a little bit so that you can rotate the heart up towards the sky. Couple deep breaths here. One more big inhale. And that left arm forward. Catching the other leg. And inhale the right arm up. So same big stretch through the side body here. Again, maybe you come out of it just a little bit so that you can really keep that heart rotating up towards the sky. Couple more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And rolling that top arm down and around. And inhale, opposite arm. Bones resting on the earth. And exhale, roll it down and around. And inhale, lift. Lower. Couple more full rounds. Big inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale down. Take another breath here. Just notice if you've gained a little bit of flexibility here. We're going to be doing some moon salutations today, so we're just getting us warmed up for that. Beautiful. When you're ready, slowly come on up. And let's find our way to the tabletop position. Hands on the shoulders, knees under the hips, belly nice and strong. Let's move just through a few. First, cow pose and cat. And I like to kind of move and sway here. So see how it feels for you. You might start to circle the hips and notice that the head kind of mirrors that. And just however your body wants to move today. You can watch what I'm doing. Let's do 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. When you're ready, walk the hands forward. Tuck the toes, lift the hips for downward facing dog. And again, just take some organic movements here. So pedal out the feet. Maybe you're rolling forward. Just anything that feels good to you. As you're settling into your body, maybe you're just waking. Big inhales. And exhales. Last full breath cycle. And slowly walk your feet towards your hands for ragdoll. Grab opposite biceps, let the head hang, shake the head yes, shake the head no. Open and close the jaw a few times. You can bounce. I recommend and not legs. Did that for about 10 years. I'm still unlearning it. Notice. Deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And when you're ready, so I'm going to readjust this camera just a little bit and see if we can get a fuller. And I'll ask you to adjust your mat as well, so that you're able to be lengthwise on the mat. Video. So we're moving into some moon salutations, which is one of my absolute favorite yoga practices to do on the new and the full moon. And it's just with a little bit of a different orientation to the mat. So find yourself with the mat horizontal to where you're looking. And bring the feet about hip-width distance apart. Spread the toes. Soften the knees. Feel an activation of energy up through the legs, into the glutes, into the belly, into the hands. As you bring the palms to press together at heart center. Finding again that left to right, that front to back. The gravity and levity. Inhale, reach it up. Grab a hold of your, with your right hand, palm faces up on that, both hands, and tip to the right. You're gazing up under your left arm here. And inhale out through center. Switch which hand you've got a grip of. Big inhale. And exhale to the other side. And just follow your breath. Inhale up. And exhale over. And exhale over. Inhale up, touch the palms overhead. Exhale, step the feet wide. Point the toes in so that they are parallel to each other. And on an inhale, bring your arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, lower down halfway. So soft bend in the knees. Make sure that you are not hyperextending the legs, and it allows for your glutes to lift. You might feel almost as if you're get a single twerk in when you get that activation. Big inhale. And exhale, let yourself fold forward, wide-legged forward fold. And again, you can just start to sway side to side here. And breathe. This is just like what we did sitting on the floor, but just feeling a little bit different because now we have gravity to assist us. 2 more deep breaths. Big inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale here. And exhale. Beautiful. We're going to come on up to a halfway lift. Plant the left hand under the nose. You can always use a block or a stack of books under here if you choose. If you have blocks or anything you'd like to use for blocks, you might want them. You can grab them and meet us whenever you're ready. And when you're ready, opposite arm lifts up towards the sky. Finding a gentle twist here. A couple deep breaths. Keep the soft knees and the lifted glutes. 2 more breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale, switch the hands. Inhale, lifting the arm up. So there's a strong pressure of your down hand that allows you to find that little bit of torsion to lift that top arm. Soft knees, lifted glutes. You might gaze up towards that top thumb. Deep breaths here. Belly's strong. This is core work if you allow it to be. 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Gently release the hands. Slowly start to walk your hands towards your right foot and rotate onto your left toes. Go ahead and lower down to your left knee, uncurl the left toes. And inhale up through a modified crescent pose here. Now make sure you're not sinking into the gravity here, but that you've got a beautiful levity happening, that lift that happens by activating through the legs and the glutes and the belly and really reaching up through your fingertips. Hold steady here and breathe. Big inhales. And exhales. 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, tipping forward, left hand comes inside the right foot and right arm reaches. So very similar to the twist that we took just moments ago, but staying deep into your bend on that right knee, and breathe for 3. Make sure the legs are active. You're not sinking in. 2. 1. And exhale. when you're ready, come on down. Hands inside the right foot and toe heel the right foot off to the side. Finding a runner's lunge here. You're welcome to walk the hands forward and start to bend the elbows if you wish. So this is a runner's lunge, finding a nice stretch on the front of that left hip and hopefully strengthening into that right hip. Someday you might make it down to the forearms. I'm going to take it easy today. 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Curl the left toes under, straighten the left leg. You can bring that right hand to the other side of that right foot first, and then with a nice squeeze of the inner thighs, start to come on up for full crescent. Staying strong through the legs. That's like the number one thing that I'm working on right now. 10 years of yoga, I got quite that strength now. So if you're following along with my class, with my practice, you're going to start to feel that hopefully as well. Anybody sore from the couple of push-ups that we did on Wednesday? Let me know. Couple more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Slowly start to come on up and turn your toes so that you are back to this wide-legged position. This time we're going to turn the toes in, heels in, toes out, and really reach the fingers wide for star pose. Big inhale. And exhale, bring it down into horse. Inhale up, star. Exhale, bring it down for horse. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Hold steady here. I like to kind of rock side to side to get really comfortable in the soles of my feet. And you can take a little pulse, a little bounce. And then find your stillness when you're ready. Right heel lifts. And lower. And left heel lifts. If you can, both heels lift. Find your balance, left and right, front and back, up and down, so important. One more big inhale. And exhale, release. Inhale up, shooting star. Exhale, drop the heels, fold forward. Prasarita Dandasana. You can walk the hands back behind you if you choose. You can keep the hands up on some blocks or books if you choose. And just take a couple of deep breaths here. You can even bring the hands behind the lower back and allow the palms to touch. Keep a micro bend in the elbows as you squeeze the shoulder blades and reach the hands away from the hips and towards the sky. And breathe. Two. Soft knees. Last one. Big inhale. And exhale. Release the hands. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the right hand. Inhale, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Couple of deep breaths here. One more. And gently lower left hand down. On your inhale, right arm reaches. Couple of deep breaths. One more. And gently release the hand down. Slowly walk yourself over towards your left foot. Bend into the left knee. Release to the right, uncurl the right toes. And just make sure you're doing both sides, right? In case we get off. I can't see you, I won't know. And when you're ready, come on up. So avoiding that sense of gravity, the lift. I like to really focus on the energy that's coming from the left heel up through the left knee into the left hamstring and the left glute, and allow that energy to just travel up and out through the fingertips. Holding steady here. If the mind wanders, come back to your intention. Hips stay square to the front of the room for 3. Or the front of the mat, I should say, 2. Last one, big inhale. And on an exhale, right arm plants, left arm reaches. So quite similar to what we were just doing, but really hugging that left knee in towards the sky. Press down into the right hand, come out of the right shoulder, and really stack the shoulders as you open the heart up towards the sky for 3, 2, and 1. Big inhale. And exhale. Slowly bring your hands on the inside of the left foot. So hands on the inside of the left foot. Left knee is hugging in towards your left shoulder and finding into your runner's pose. Maybe the hands walk forward and you start to bend the elbows. Maybe you're okay staying right where you are. Someday you might come to the forearms. It's not today for me. For 3, 2, and 1. Big inhale. And exhale. All right, slowly start to walk that left hand back to the outside of the left leg. Curl the right toes under. And when you're ready, come on up for your crescent pose. So just like we did on the floor, but now that back knee is lifted. Keep stacking the left knee over the left ankle, finding that strength. I like a little bit of a bend in my back knee. See how when I straighten that leg, it creates this like overextension in the hip flexor? So a little bend in the back knee will allow you to engage through the abdominals and breathe for 3, 2, last one, big inhale. And exhale. And you're ready to come star. So toes out, reach the fingers wide. And on the exhale, goddess pose. So goddess pose is a little bit like horse, but the elbows are up level with the shoulders. Palms face up in this beautiful gesture of receiving. Belly hugs in, big inhale. And exhale, left heel lifts. Inhale here. And exhale, release. Inhale, right heel lifts. Hold for a breath. And when you're ready, release. Give it a try for both heels. Tuning into all those opposing forces, left, right, front and back, up and down. 2 more breaths. Shaking is okay. Last one, big inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale up, shooting star. Exhale, drop the heels. Forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Let it go. It's kind of like the first time your yoga teacher tells you that down dog is a resting pose. Hey, who knew this wide-legged forward fold would be a resting pose? Ha 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 ha. Let's take 2 big sighs together. Big inhale. And exhale. One more big inhale. And exhale. Soften the knees. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, hold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale. Let's go ahead and come on back down. It's okay for the yoga teacher to miss her own cue, right? So we're going to do the same twist that we did before. Right hand plants. Inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, left hand plants. Inhale, right arm reaches. More each side. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, bring it down. Last one. Inhale, lift. And slowly bring it down. Start to walk over towards the right toes. Bending into that left knee. Release the left knee to the and plant the left hand. So we're going to change it up a little bit here. Listen carefully. Right arm reaches. Your find the strength of hugging the belly in, pressing down in the left hand, reaching that right arm up towards the sky. Now you can stay here. Roll the left toes under, straighten the left leg, and really find yourself in this lunge with this beautiful twist. Finding the strength in the legs, all those balance points, all the opposing forces. Come back to your intention for 3, 2, last one, big inhale, and exhale. Here's where the challenge comes in. Pressing down into your right foot, lift up through your right arm. Now we're in a standing twist. And breathe for 3, 2, last one, big inhale, and exhale. Drop the right hand down and forward as you inhale up for crescent. 2 deep breaths here. Last one, big inhale, and exhale. Inhale up through shooting star. Exhale, hands to the heart for horse. This time bring your hands so the thumbs are pointing in and your hands are just a little bit on the inside of the thighs. Now this is one of the only times in yoga where we're going to lock the arms and let the shoulders come up near the ears. So allow yourself to sink down so that your arms are supporting yourself and you can decompress the spine here. Inhale, it's up just about halfway. And exhale, twist, look left, drop the right shoulder and press into the right leg. Inhale up through center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder, look right. Couple more big inhales. And exhales. Last one, inhale up. And exhale over. Beautiful. Inhale up, shooting star. Exhale, drop the heels in line with the toes so the feet are parallel and come on down. Plant the left hand, inhale, right arm reaches. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, left arm reaches. And exhale, lower. One more each side. Last one. Beautiful. Start to walk your hands to the left side. Finding yourself in your low lunge so you can release to that right knee. Left knee stacked directly over left ankle and plant the right hand. On your inhale, left arm reaches. So take a moment to get really strong here. Hugging the inner thighs to the midline. Press down in the left hand and really reach up with the left. You can stay here, or if you want more, curl the right toes under, straighten that right leg. Really start to find your balance here. Start to find your strength. Start to find your sovereignty. You are so much stronger than you think you are. You can source your strength from within. 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Now you can stay here, or if you'd like, press down into that left knee. Lift up with that left arm. Big twist here for 3, 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And inhale up through crescent. Take a couple deep breaths here. Feel the strength of your legs. That's what we're working on right now. One more big inhale. And exhale. And inhale up, shooting star. Toes out, heels in. Exhale, drop the heels. Forward fold, let it go. 3 big sighs here. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Inhale up to a halfway lift. And exhale. Plant the hands, toes out, heels in. You might have to walk the tiptoe the feet together a little bit more. And just find Malasana here. I notice a few people are dropping off of this practice, this live yoga class. So I just want to let you guys know I'm open to feedback. If these classes are too challenging, please let me know. This is kind of where I am at with my personal practice, and that was my intention, to just share my personal practice with the world. I do teach a restorative class on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. All my classes are posted on my Facebook page. If there's someone that you love that might benefit from one of these flows, or from a more gentle restorative class, or maybe you will benefit from that as well, please feel free to share. I always tend to just chat in Malasana because it's nice to take your mind off of it. All right, we're going to come into kind of our peak pose for the day. So when you're ready, you're going to tuck the left shoulder into the left knee. And I'm just saying left and doing left and not worrying too much about the mirroring like I do in a live class. All right, and then plant the left hand so there's a straight line from the left fingertips through the left toes through the left heel. And from there, you're going to extend the right arm to the right. All the same concepts we've been working with throughout the day, throughout the class. Now, if this is enough for you, please stay here. If you need more, you can reach that right arm around and hook it on the inside of the left quadricep. That's going to be the half bind. If you're looking for the full bind, you're going to flip the left palm up and back and around so that the back of the left hand is touching the left glute, and maybe you bind the hands together behind you. I'm not sure if I should take it this far, but I'm just going to go for it. So stay where you are. If you're looking for more, I like to lift my hips, plant the left foot, and then start to find a lift. Start to find those balancing points between left and right, front and back, up and down. This is called bound bird of paradise. For 3, 2, last one, big inhale. Hold for the exhale. And start to release as slowly as you can, the same way that you got into the pose. That's how we're going to get out of it. And finding our way back to Malasana. You're welcome to come to Child's Pose if you like. We'll meet you there. Opposite shoulder. Right shoulder tucks into the right knee. Right arm extends, straight line from the right fingers through the toes, through the heel. And on an inhale, left arm reaches. Maybe that left hand comes around. Hook the left fingers on the inside of the right thigh. That's your half bind. You can stay there. Full bind is going to be right hand swings around and behind. Palm faces away. And grasp the fingertips behind you. I like to step the left foot in just a little bit. It helps me. And then press down to lift up. I like to flex the foot. Balancing left and right, front and back, up and down for 3, 2, and 1. Big inhale. And exhale. And slowly begin to release the same way that you got into it. That's how we're going to get out of it. And when you're ready, find your way through Malasana. And then shifting forward. You can take crow pose if you want. I don't think I have it in me today. And when you're ready, please find child's pose. Allow your forehead to rest on the earth. Allow sound to come out of your throat. 2 more deep breaths. Come back to your intention. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And when you're ready, slowly start to come on up. We're going to shift around and come onto the back. Find your way onto your back. Hug the knees in. Give them a little squeeze. And reach them straight up. We were on our feet for most of that class, so we're just going to take a minute. Hands over the shoulders, feet over the legs. I like a little shake if that feels good to you. And then some stillness, and just feel gravity working to just release anything that you've been working through in your physical body today. 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, keeping the left leg straight up in the air, place your right ankle on your left quadricep. You can use your hand to kind of really pull it down on there. So either point both feet or flex both feet. Point or flex, up to you, as long as you're choosing one. Now, engage the abdominals so the hips don't get squirrely. And then reach and grab a hold of the left hamstring. So this is just like our traditional figure 4 pose, but sometimes I like to work with a straight leg variation. And as you're drawing the left leg towards you, your right elbow can kind of press the right leg away. And you know, I love to just move a little bit in some of these poses, explore the edges of the poses. For 4. 3, you can circle your ankles if that feels good. If you find a spot that feels good to just hold there. Take a big sigh. One more big inhale. And exhale. And when you're ready, slowly switch. Right leg comes up towards the sky. Left foot on the right quadricep. So if you keep the feet strong, you can kind of pull it down and get a little bit more out of it. You can reach through and grab a hold of that right hamstring and keeping the abdominals engaged, but you can just find a little bit of movement here. Keep breathing. You can circle the feet. Deep breaths. If you feel that sticky spot, just hold there, take a sigh. One more big inhale. And exhale. So we're going to do the second time on each side. So this time left leg is lifted, right foot comes in. But this time I'm just going to ask you with the left hand to hold on to the left ankle and just press away with the right hand just a little bit on that right knee. And just feel how that feels. Actually, let's go ahead and bring the foot to the floor and then press away. Yeah. Should feel really good after the moon salutations today. One more big inhale. And exhale. Opposite side, so left leg up. Right leg up, left leg crosses. Right hand holds the left ankle, keeping energy in the feet, and just start to press the left knee away. Again, you can bring the foot to the ground and really press, depending on your flexibility. But keep the abdominals gauged, keep the hips level. A couple deep breaths here. One more big inhale. And exhale. Unwind the feet. Bring the feet hip-width distance apart. Take a nice deep breath here. Arms can come to cactus or focal arms. And on an exhale, drop the knees to the right. Inhale up through center. And exhale, drop the knees to the left. Couple more big inhales. And exhales. And just let it flow. So just move and sway the hips. This is where you can take any organic movement that your body is calling for, or maybe you want to keep windshield wipering the knees. Maybe happy baby or supine twist is calling you. If you're not sure what those are, feel free to reach out to me. I'm offering one-on-one virtual yoga sessions where I should be able to see you, so that will be exciting. If anybody wants to kind of get a breakdown of some of these movements, can let me know. Someone in your life has never done yoga before, I could slow it way down. So just taking 2 or 3 more deep breaths, just moving how it feels good to you. 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. I'm going to do one more pose with you guys. Just in case some of you did take my class on Wednesday and are feeling a little bit sore from push-ups. Maybe I'm the only one. I said the F-bomb instead of in front of the 5-year-olds, so I had to do 10 more push-ups after that class. But this will be a nice way to get a stretch into the quads and into the shoulders. So before final Shavasana, please find your way onto your belly and bring the arms to a T. If you took my restorative yoga class yesterday, we did this one in that class as well. So we'll start with the left arm. I want you to make sure it comes straight out of your left shoulder. I like to give a little pat of my hand to the ground. That just makes sure that that hand is glued in place. It doesn't move back or forward. It just stays right where it is, straight out of the shoulder. Bend into the left knee and bend into the right knee. It's one of those days. Okay, left arm straight out. Start from the beginning. Bend into the right knee. Bend into the right elbow so the right hand is under the right shoulder. I call this right elbow a little cricket leg. All right, take a nice deep breath. And on your exhale, look right, roll left. The left hand doesn't move at all. The right foot can find the earth behind the left knee. And the left ear rests on the earth or on a blanket or pillow. So I'm just going to adjust so you guys can see a little bit more of what's happening with my body. So the right foot comes here. Now, if this is comfortable for you, stay here. If it's too much, you can bring that right knee in front of you and just breathe into the stretch in that left shoulder. If you'd like to take it a little bit further, you're going to inhale, right arm reaches up towards the sky. And exhale, bring the hand to the lower back. Palm faces away. And then the final variation would be to grab a hold of that right foot. Hug the knees together. Engage through the squeeze of the shoulder blades. A squeeze of the right bicep. Belly strong, playing with all those opposing forces. And breathe into the stretch in the right quadricep for 3. And the left shoulder. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Releasing that foot, releasing the arm, bring the hand back down in front of you, and use that right hand to support you as you roll all the way down onto the belly. Okay, second side. Right hand comes straight out from the right shoulder. Give it a little pat. The earth. That right hand doesn't move. Bend into the left elbow. Bend into the left knee. Big inhale. Exhale, roll to the right. Look to the left. Right ear comes to the earth. Left foot comes to the earth just behind the right leg. So again, if it's too much, just drop that left knee forward and support yourself with that left hand. If you want more, inhale, left arm reaches. And exhale, bring the back of the hand to the lower back. Maybe you stay here. If you'd like more, you can reach back with the left hand to grab the left foot. Squeeze through the shoulder blades, engage through the left bicep. Squeeze the knees together. Both my feet are pointed. Energy through the feet, and breathe for 3. 2. If you're just joining us, we're about to get into our just quick 10-minute relaxation. So feel free to just grab a spot on the floor and hump in for this last part. Let's do one more deep inhale. And exhale. And slowly unwind. From here, please find your way back onto your back. So we're coming into our final. If you have a blanket, I encourage you to use it. It's nice to just keep the body temperature, especially if you have a way to just cover up the belly. And, you know, I talk a lot about if people have back pain that you can use a chair, but I haven't had a prop to use, so I'm just going to show you what that looks like. If you have a couch or a chair, you can put your feet up on the chair and find your way flat on your back. And that can just really help if you do happen to have any back pain stuff going on. Get yourself settled in, get any last wiggles and jiggles out of the way. Moving into our final deep relaxation. This is the most important part of the yoga practice. If you're just jumping on, please just lay down, close your eyes. It'll be less than 10 minutes. Bring all of your awareness down to your toes. Relax the toes. Relax the feet. Relax the ankles. Relax the shins and the calves. Relax the knees. Relax the quadriceps, hamstrings, inner and outer thighs. Relax the hip flexors or groin area. Relax the outer hips and the glutes or buttocks muscles. Through the pelvis, the hip joints, the pelvic floor, the root. Relax through the abdominals and all of the internal organs. Feel a deepening and a softening through the organs and the muscles and the ligaments and the tendons, all contained in that abdominal cavity. Feel deep letting go. Relax through the diaphragm, the lungs, and the ribs. The intercostal muscles between the ribs. Soften the heart. Relax through the chest or pectoral muscles, into the armpits and down the side bodies to the lower back. Soften and relax. Widen and lengthen the lower, middle, and upper back. Let the shoulder blades melt into the earth. Relax across the tops of the shoulders and into the biceps and triceps. Relax the elbows, the forearms, the wrists. Relax the backs and the palms of the hands and into the meaty part of the thumb and all the way up into the tips of the fingers. Feel that energy, that prana or life force. Relax from the tips of the fingers back up through the hands and the wrists, the lower arms, the elbows, the upper arms, the shoulders. Relax down the collarbones and up the front of the neck, around the sides of the neck and up the back of the neck. Relax all the way up the back of the neck to the crown of the head. Feel a softening and an opening through the skull and the scalp at the crown of the head. I like to even consciously relax the hair. And into the forehead, let the forehead melt. Melt through the temples, the sides of the head, the ears, and into the lower jaw. Relax all the way down the lower jaw to the chin, the lips, the tongue. Even relax the teeth and the roof of the mouth. From the roof of the mouth through the sinuses to the nose and cheeks, relax across the nose and cheeks. And into the eye area, relax the eyebrows, the eyelids, circular muscles that line the eye sockets. Even the eyeballs relax and sink deep. There's a gentle inwards and upwards rotation of the eyes, nothing forced, Totally natural as your awareness comes to the center of the brain at the tippy top of the spinal column. In honor of the Libra full moon, connect the two hemispheres of the brain. Really feel that you are both creative and logical, masculine and feminine, left-brained, right-brained, movement and rest as you allow the brain also to relax as a muscle, let it soften. And come into what feels like an altered state of consciousness. Totally still, yet energy is pulsing through your body. And from this altered state of consciousness is the potency to set your intentions for this Libra full moon. How can you be so self-sourced and so sovereign that you can be in community without being codependent? That you can be employed in your own way, diversifying our lives. This is the message that is coming through for me. Is it coming through and ringing true for you? I allow you to just take a couple of breaths here to visualize that balanced, interdependent life, the new way of being, living in community, growing food, not completely dependent and codependent on a system that we don't even want anymore. And breathe. Can you see the new way? Can you feel it in your bones? Can you feel it in your heart? As you begin to reunite the body and the mind and the spirit, taking a few deep breaths, allow yourself to feel the future that you wish for. Maybe you get goosebumps or truth bumps along the way. And when you're ready, very slowly begin to touch the thumb to the fingertips, and you can move the wrists and the ankles, move the head from side to side, and reach the arms up overhead. Take a nice full body stretch. Don't forget to stretch through the toes and find your way through the fetal position on one side. Just feeling so balanced and so good. And carrying your visions with you as you press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Keep the eyes closed if you can, or just close them once you get to your comfortable seated position. And remembering your intentions and any new ones that have come to you or through you as you bring the palms to press together at heart center. Left to right, front to back. Gravity, levity. Sit up a little bit taller than when you first started today. And sealing our practice, sealing our space with 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om in through the nose and out through the mouth. This time sigh. this time. Om. Thumbs to the heart, lips, and forehead reminds us to keep these new visions, these new ways of being that we're learning, to keep them as we move into the new reality, to keep these visions and these intentions in our hearts, in our words, and in our thoughts. As we bow, it is to everyone, sovereign being within me sees, honors, and respects that resourced sovereign being within each of you. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'd love to know who it was that stayed through the class. I see some comments on here. Life goals, achieve bound bird. Awesome. Leah, hit me up. I'll give you some one-on-one, or you could do this class a couple of different times. You guys are amazing. Please feel free to share this recording. It'll be on my Facebook Live in just a moment, or on my Facebook page in just a moment. And check back in on Tuesdays and Thursdays for restorative class. I did post my restorative class for yesterday with some of the full moon theming. So if you're feeling more like kind of down-tempo yoga, kind of right before you go to sleep vibes, feel free to do the replay on that. My PayPal and Venmo is posted in the description here. Nothing is required, but if you do wish to share, please feel free to do so. It will be graciously and gratefully received. I am just thrilled to be sharing this with the world, and I've been receiving quite a bit of reciprocation from people in the form of prayers, blessings, shout outs, just words of encouragement and donations. And this is like my life's dream, to be doing this from wherever I am, not having to show up to a studio every day. So thank you for supporting my live stream, and let me know how I can support you. I love you all. Stay balanced, stay sovereign, keep visualizing the new way. We're going to make it through this. Namaste. Bye, guys.